Boom, 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 boom. What up? What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. NFL Talk with Jay and LJ. You see what I'm saying? The two J's, man. We're trying to get some cash as always. It's us against the bookies always as well, man. Doing this NFL show, helping some people trying to cash, man. So if y'all can share the word about the show, hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe. You could also post to your social media as well if you'd like to help us out. LJ, what's up with you, my brother? Everything cool with you?
Doing great, Jake. Doing great, man. Ready for some more football, looking to make some cash. So let's see if we can get these people some money, my guy.
Yeah, let's try and do it, man. As you guys know, we go through every single NFL game, and we have time to go through the Thursday night football game as well, Chiefs versus Broncos. In this one, my guys. So let's go ahead and get to it. It's all business here on the show. Like I said, if you guys can hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the word about the show. Let's get straight to it here. Let's go over here to the streets of Kansas City in this one, LJ. We got the Chiefs laying 10.5 points at the house versus the Denver Broncos in this one. Total sitting at 47.5. Chiefs covered what, like they've won three straight games here ever since
Mhm.
starting off 0-1 in this one. The Broncos, they've been ass. What are we doing here, LJ? You like anything in this Thursday night game?
I
Four and
mean,
one.
it's always a trend just to take the under primetime games.
Yeah, that's a
That's just
fact.
always the way to go. I believe the game does go under. But the Broncos are trash, especially on defense, man. They rank 32nd in defensive points allowed. They're giving them yards, first downs, touchdowns, rushing yards, allowing 187 rushing yards. So Pacheco's a good look tonight from the backfield. I haven't took the bet yet. I see a lot of people on it, and I kind of
Mhm.
believe like you, if everybody's on the same bet, you tend to just stay off. That's just one of the rules of betting. So I haven't took it yet, but I may get to the window by kickoff. But for all in all, the Chiefs should win the game. I don't think they're gonna cover, to be honest, because Patrick Mahomes don't like to cover at home. He's more of a road type of cover on the road, but at home Chiefs are just looking to win the game, so they should win the game. They're better off at all offensive categories, and they're 12-3 at home versus the division. In Patrick Mahomes' career, so I think he should have an easy win tonight. They win, but question if they're gonna cover is what I'm skeptical about.
Yeah, we've seen Mahomes do fishy shit in these primetime games. I don't have a play on this. People like to know what the sharps on the Broncos. They're on the under here. I can't get anywhere near the Broncos here. Would I be surprised if they covered? No, I would not. Could I bet on them?
Mhm.
Hell no. Especially not with the way the defenses looked. Even Mahomes just going out there BSing around. Like even them running the game, they could mess around win this game like 28-10 or something. You know what I'm saying? So they have beaten the Denver Broncos 15 straight times. I am the type of guy that likes to go against the grain. That would say, all right, well, this is the one that the Broncos would win. I do lean their way, getting a 10.5. We, like I said, we know Mahomes. Now, all the money isn't on him. Usually when it's like 80-90% on him, he's gonna do some fishy shit. It's not necessarily the case here, but I know that there's next to no one really trusting the Broncos tonight. So just me personally, I like to go with the spots that nobody trusts. You see what I'm saying? But do I have enough to bet? Do I have enough confidence in to bet my money on it? Hell no. Could they get smacked up by 30? It's very possible, but I'm just letting you know that's what they're taking. They're taking the Broncos. They're taking the under here. Like I say, they've lost 15 straight to the Chiefs. Chiefs should smack them up, but it doesn't always go that way. They are Chiefs 4-1 straight up. Broncos 1-4. You could somewhat say that this is like the Super Bowl for the Broncos tonight, but if they're not playing defense, they will get smoked in this one for sure, my guys. So that's the only way that I would be looking is Broncos plus 10.5. I can't bet it, but like LJ say, it could be an under spot here with the 47 under 47.5 prime time divisional game here as well. My guys, could not talk you off there. Let's head over here to Sunday in this one, guys. We got the Titans. This is a game in London here, so another early game here. Ravens land for versus the Tennessee Titans in this one. Both teams coming off a loss in this one. LJ, surprised the Ravens looked that bad versus the Steelers.
Mhm.
We came on here and told you that hey, Mike Tomlin in that home dog spot is the way to go, and they end up winning outright. What do you think, LJ? You think that Ravens can bounce back here over there in London, my guy?
Yeah, I believe they can, just because the Titans' offense is pretty much anemic, especially in the second half. So the Ravens should take care of business. They're having the most yards, most plays, first downs. They're more time of possession. So all the offensive categories point to the Ravens. That was a tough loss last week. I was on the Ravens. I couldn't believe that they would lose to an offense like Steelers, but
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Jackson turned the ball over a lot, and Steelers benefited off those mistakes, which kindly kept them in the game. I'm not making excuses, but Baltimore is the better team. Like
Facts.
They have 8 turnovers in 5 games, 6 turnovers in the last 3 games. So as long as Lamar Jackson can take care of the ball better, stop being sloppy, Baltimore should be a good bet on team. The defense is 34th, quarterback hits 18 sacks, only giving up 15 points per game. So the defense holds, man. They do their job. Lamar Jackson just needs to stop making mistakes and play good, sound football. And they should win this game. I don't have a bet in the game, but I definitely would take the Ravens to win because they are the better team.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. And so I looked at this, LJ, because I lean the Ravens as well, even laying the 4. I do think that this is a bounce back spot for them coming off that Steelers game. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the Steelers always play the Ravens tough, but I do think they're a little bit better than what they've shown. They hadn't lost back-to-back games so far this season. I looked at it that this is like they just came off 2 road games, but it's not like they had to travel super far. They went to Cleveland, then they went to Pittsburgh. It's not like they're traveling all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you look at the Titans, 2 of their last 3 games have been on the road. They went to Cleveland, then home versus Cincy, then they went to Indiana and Elway, man. So maybe you kind of say travel a little bit more, but I know it looks bad because it's 3rd straight road game for the Ravens here, and they even going across the pond. But I do think they should get it done this one. Do I want to lay the 4 with them? I could definitely see a possibility where they only win by 3, but I'm not really a believer in the Titans, man. I'm not, man. Especially Tannehill, like Derrick Henry, you know what I'm saying, over there. I believe Burks is still out the receiver over there, but I'm just not really a big fan of Tannehill over there, man. So it's Ravens or nothing for me. I lean their way minus the 4. Do enough for me to lay it? Not enough. To be honest, I don't care to bet many of these NFL games unless if it's something I'm really liking, to be honest with you, man. But I do, if I'm betting this game, it's Ravens minus the 4 every single time in this one, guys. So over here to the streets of hot Atlanta in this one, man. I'm finna head to Atlanta in the morning. You see what I'm saying? Got the Falcons laying 2.5. Hey, man, I might have to slide through this one. Falcons laying 2.5 at the house versus the Commanders in this one, LJ. Total sitting at 42.5. Do you think the Commanders, who I believe are off of a bye week in this one, do you think the Falcons keep it going? They're 3-0 at the house. Or 2-0 at the house, 1-1. You know what I'm saying? No, they're 3-0 at the house. The game in London was an L. But 3-0 at the house, LJ, you think the Falcons can make it 4-0, or do the Commanders bounce back in this one?
I mean, I don't know. I don't have a bet in this game. Both of these teams are pretty much even for us in the bottom of offensive categories. Atlanta, they run the ball, but that's pretty much all they do. Washington, they can't run the ball. So it's just a mismatch to see who's going to take advantage and have the momentum in the game. Both teams give up a lot of turnovers. Atlanta's had 5 turnovers in their last 2 games. Washington has 10 turnovers in 5 games. So both of them are sloppy with the ball. So those teams like that, you can't trust because anything can happen. If you're prone to make mistakes, anything could possibly happen in games like this. So I just stayed away from it. Atlanta should win there at home, but Washington has a good defense. So if they can cause pressure on Ritter, make him make mistakes, Washington can be in the game. But as far as me taking anything in this game, the only way I can look is Atlanta's field goal kicker, Young Ho, over 1.5 field goals. Because Washington, Young Ho, that's his last name. Washington allows 3 field goals made a game. So if any way Atlanta's going to score, in my opinion, they get in the red zone, Washington could stop them in the red zone, and they can score on field goals because they do give them up. So anything else, I don't have a play in this game. I stayed away.
But field goal kicker, I heard you the first time. I was like, bro, I just want to make sure. My God, last name is Young Ho, man. Shout out to Ness Betts, man, with the tip there. He also said he on the Chiefs tonight. He thinks Denver is a public dog tonight, man. So hey, best of luck to you in that one, my brother. But you know what's crazy, bro? I low key. So especially everybody going to see the Commanders coming off their loss to the Bears, and it was a horrible loss as well. But they only had, it was on a short week as well. Now they got a little bit extra time. You know what's crazy, bro? I actually lean toward the Commanders here, man. I actually do, bro. I think it's this simple versus the Falcons, which the Falcons are a lot better this year. I think you just load up the box, take away the run game, bro. I'll say this shit all year. Turn Ritter into a passer. I don't care if you're running man-to-man coverage out there, cover 1 with 1 safety. You know what I'm saying? Make him pass the ball, bro. Take off the run game and make him beat you passing. And I think that's your recipe to success versus the Falcons there. So can the Commanders do it? I mean, they obviously new offensive coordinator. We saw Howell show flashes of being a good quarterback. I just think they took so nobody's really been able to keep it close with the Eagles. They kept it close. They took them to overtime. See what I'm saying? I know that was a divisional game, but let's just say if they play that way, because obviously the Bears game was a letdown, I'm wanting to think that the Commanders might not be a bad look here, to be honest with you. Coming off 3 straight losses as well. The season isn't over, but you got to win this game. I think there's a path to success. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Whether they can do it or not, who knows? But load the box up and make Ritter beat you through the air. And I wouldn't talk anybody out of putting Commanders. Like if you guys do two team teasers, you do that 2-team 6-point teaser, get them up to plus 8.5. I think I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see the Commanders come out here with a win, if definitely not be able to keep this one close in this one, my guys. So I lean the Commanders. It's actually an unpopular pick, but now that I'm saying even more, I already know I lean this way, but even more, I feel like Commanders plus a 2.5. I think that's the right side in this game, my guys. Let's get over here to the streets of Chicago in this one, LJ. We got the Bears getting 2.5 at the house versus the Minnesota Vikings in this one. Justin Jefferson will be out for this game. He'll be out for the next 4 weeks. He's on injury reserve. You actually could have got plus 3.5 with this one, LJ. Do you think the Bears showing up versus the aforementioned Commanders? You think them showing up in that game as the Bears are back? You think there was just big Butkus dying, passing away, or what? Do you think can the Bears make it back-to-back wins? Because if you take them plus a 2.5, you basically need them to win this game. What do you think about this one, LJ?
I mean, same thing goes for this game as the last game, man. Both of these teams, the divisional game, both of these teams don't run the ball for the most part. They give up the ball turnovers, and both defenses are ass. So it's just nothing that I'm interested in betting, especially the Bears defense. They allow 384 total yards a game, 4 touchdowns, 286 passing yards, and Kirk Cousins is averaging 281 passing yards. So if you want to take Kirk Cousins passing yards, over, that's probably your best bet because he's going to pass the ball because they are ranked 32nd in rush attempts. Minnesota does not run the ball. So they're dependent on Kirk Cousins to sling it. But as far as me picking a side, I'm staying away from it because I feel any team can win this game. This is a divisional game. Justin Fields did play better the last game. He's starting to throw from the pocket. DJ Moore is a good weapon for him, so he has a good connection with him. But as far as me taking anything, I stayed away, bro. I have no interest in it at all.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you in that way, man. You know what I think is a really good look in this one, man? Looking at some Jordan Addison props, bro. With Jordan Jefferson out, obviously he's going to be the top target for Kirk Cousins now. Like you said, if he's going to be slinging around, he's got to throw it to somebody. Jefferson's in there. So I'm saying the Bears don't necessarily have the best defense. I think I saw some about his receptions, like over 4.5 for his yards. What you think about some Jordan Addison props?
I can see that.
I think it's a really good look. I don't bet props, and I definitely don't bet NFL props, but it just makes way too much sense, bro. What do you think about his over and guys in the chat as well? If y'all see some props for Jordan Addison, put them in the chat. So I think he goes over his receptions and possibly over his yards as well. Wouldn't be surprised if he scored a touchdown. LJ, what do you think about that?
Now that'll be a nicer look anytime touchdown. I definitely would sprinkle on that. They don't have them props up yet. They haven't set the number yet because they're probably trying to figure it out since of the injury. And Vincent Hawkins also, TJ Hawkinson, he's going to be a good look too. Both of them, So if you're a man down, of course you're going to be looking for other people to step up. And Kirk Cousins can find you. Like I said, he slings the ball around. That's all they do. So he's going to be looking at his receivers, but I just can't pick any side in this game.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. Let me just see real quick because I really think this is a good look. So let's see receiving yards, or I see 52.5. This is on the Action Network app. I see 52.5 for Jordan Addison. And then let me see receptions. I see 4.5. Good Lord. I don't know, bro. I think both of them shits going over El Jizzle. I'm telling you that right now. That's on the Action Network app, my guys. If y'all didn't know, man, I'm partnered up with the Action Network app too, man. We're gonna make some shit happen this season. But Action Network app got the looks, man. I think Jordan Addison goes over his 4.5 receptions and over 52.5 receiving yards, guys. If you can get that, I actually think that's a really good look, to be honest with you. Let's go over here to the streets of Cleveland here, LJ. We got the Browns getting 9.5 at the house. First, the San Francisco 49ers here. Looks like Watson might not be in. This line steady going up. It's even touching 10s here. We know Watson has a hurt thrower, and that's why I don't bet season win totals and shit like that, unless I'm betting the under. Like, if you bet the Browns win total over, like, what if Watson's done for? Like, it's football here. Injury can mean anything, but total sitting at 36, LJ. Should we just take the Niners and keep them going smack city spot here?
I mean, I don't see why not. They've proven that they are a consistent team, scoring 30 points a game. They rank first in first downs, total yards, rushing and passing, top 10. So, hey, man, if Watson is not going to play, it's going to be a long day for that Cleveland quarterback because the
That's a
49ers
fact.
defense is relentless. They're going to get after the quarterback, make you make a decision. Watson is definitely out, D. Williams said. So, hey,
Oh, okay.
49ers, man. And I would probably do a trifecta, but to be safe, I personally would just take the 49ers in the first half. I'm looking at the number right now to see where they have them at in the first half. I don't see it because of the injury. So it's probably not up. Here it is right here. It's on my book right here. 49ers they don't have a first half spread on my book yet. So I don't know if you have one, but hey, I would be on the 49ers first half. Wouldn't worry about
Let's
the
see.
full game spread because backdoor covers are easily achievable in the NFL, especially when teams that already have the lead and they just want to get done with the game. So,
El Jizzle.
yes, sir.
So 49ers first half -6. There's a -5.5 at DraftKings. This is for people that's watching the show. It does say Bet Online has -5. Maybe they took that down, LJ, because it's probably not going to be 5 anymore. But
Mm-hmm.
basically -6s across the board.
I would
Some
endorse it.
6.5. Yeah, -6.
Touchdown,
Yep.
definitely, because they
Smack
would be
City.
up by a touchdown at the first half
Smack
for
City
sure.
spot.
Yeah.
LJ say go. LJ say this is going to be a Smack City spot, and I just got some info, guys. This is for people that's watching the show right now. I just got info. You might want to look towards. Obviously, it's not a lock, but you might want to look towards the Atlanta Hawks full game today and in the first half. So that's just for the people that's watching the show right now. If you want to bet some, preseason, then maybe I'd look that way to the Atlanta Hawks in the first half and in the full game, my guys. That's how it would look, my guys. But yeah, for this game, yeah, it's 49ers and nothing. I mean, the Browns still have a really good defense. I don't know if Watson isn't starting, I don't want to look toward. And I'm not in the business of fading the 49ers right now. They're smacking everybody up. You see what I'm saying? So and maybe even if the Browns are starting a rookie, you might want to take the Browns team total under as well. I think that would be a lot better look as well. No, but 49ers and Browns team total under are all correlated, in my opinion, LJ. Let's go over here to H-Town. We got the Texans getting 2 points at the house versus the Saints in this one, my guys. Saints laying 2 on the road. What's up with your guys here, LJ? Do you think that Stroud and the boys get to slinging it? Saints coming off of what they win like 34-0 versus the Patriots.
Yeah.
What do you think? Saints a letdown, or are they back? Are they finally balling now? What are we doing? Can the Texans keep it up? That's what I want to ask.
Now, to be honest with you, I've already locked down the under 42.5. Both these teams played very well on third down, so I don't see a lot of back and forth scoring in this game. The Saints have went under 11 straight games to the total. So, and their offense is also anemic. They're ranked 24th in first down. So I see a lot of defensive plays in this game. I just see both teams filling each other out. I like the way Stroud has been playing. He's been poised in that pocket. They trust him to pass the ball. He's averaging like 30 pass attempts a game. So they're trusting him to make plays. And he's making plays. He's moving the chains, getting third down conversions, putting his team in a position to score. Now, will they score in the red zone? They have trouble, 6 or 17, but they kick field goals because they're averaging 3 a game. So they're going to get points one way or another when they get down there in the red zone. But to see how D'Amico has changed that culture so fast in a couple of games that he got these guys believing that they are, they're not pushovers anymore, because you could just push over the Texans pretty much last year. That's changed now. You see what I'm saying? They're coming in to be in every single game, and they almost won against Atlanta. It was a walk-off field goal, so they were in that game. So I see the same thing in this game. I'm going to root for them to win. I'm not going to take the win because I think the Saints defense is a little bit better than the Texans right now. So they can make some plays and come through with the victory. But as far as the total, I am definitely already smashed it under 42.5.
Okay. Yeah, I could definitely see that as well, because like you said, you got the high-powered offense, but the Saints have the great defense, right? So they can cancel those out. The Saints, the offense isn't as good as they look versus the Patriots. I don't know what the Patriots got going, because their defense is actually pretty good. Saints offense isn't that electric as we saw versus the Packers as well. You see what I'm saying? So I could definitely see this being a defensive game. That's a great look there by you, LJ, the under here. Texans probably play some defense here as well. Texans play some defense versus the Saints, keep this one a low-scoring game. That's actually a good look. I could definitely see the under hidden. That's a great look there, LJ. Sound like a very sharp total there. Let's go over here to the streets of Jacksonville here, guys. Jags coming off 2 straight wins across the pond. Now they come home. See what I'm saying? Not the greatest of spots, but this is a divisional game as well. I know they already beat the Colts. So the spot would say take the Colts here in the revenge spot, divisional game, and catching the Jags coming off a huge win versus the Bills and coming off of that, coming off the 2 games in London as well, coming back to the house. A little bit of time to get back adjusted. The Sharps are on the Colts here, LJ. I'll be honest, I don't necessarily agree with it. They were on the Colts with them in week 1 as well. But I don't really like to bet against revenge spots here, LJ. I just think that remember, Anthony Richardson was out with that shoulder. And they're saying spray AC joint. It looks like he dislocated his shoulder to me, throwing shoulder as well. Mm-hmm. I just don't know how you come back from that. Do you think Minshew goes back to Jacksonville with some of that magic?
Hey, I believe he can, to be honest, because Minshew is a very serviceable backup. He can throw the ball, he can move the chains, and he could possibly put points on the board. Jacksonville, like I said, they're coming back from London, man, and I think they're going to have a letdown, in my opinion. I just feel this is a division game. They're probably going to underestimate the Colts, considering that Anthony Richardson is out. But like I just mentioned, as long as they run the ball, Zach Moss, he's averaging close to like 100 yards a game. So as long as they continue to pound the ball, keep Jacksonville on their heels, the Colts should be in this game. But I haven't took a side. Both teams are pretty much good in the red zone. Colts don't give up the ball, only 4 turnovers in 5 games. So Jacksonville is giving up 7. So they do give up the ball. But Jackson's defense is second in takeaways at 11. So they can get turnovers as well. So this game is also a toss-up for me, man. I haven't took a side. I'm probably not going to take a side. But if you just want to look at a couple of props, you can look at, like I said, Zach Moss over 45.5 rushing yards. It's pretty low for minus 113 when he's almost averaging 100. So I don't know what that number tells me. But also you can look at Trevor Lawrence too, over 16.5 rushing yards, minus 126, because he's hit 20-plus rushing yards 4 out of the 5 games so far. So he scrambles out the pocket. He's going to try to make a play, give first downs. He should get close to 16.5 rushing yards because he's hit 24 out of 5. But other than a side, I just pass because both teams are just unpredictable for me at this point.
No, that's a fact. That's an absolute fact there, man. The reason why I do lean towards Jacksonville is because obviously this is the divisional game as well. If you want to win a division, like even if it's a letdown from the Bills, like this is a divisional opponent, you got to take this game serious. The Sharps are all over the Colts here. They bought them down from plus 5.5 to 4. I think the Jags being 0-2 at the house so far really might just motivate them to win this one. You see what I'm saying? Then they go back on the road for 2 more after this. That's where I think they might have the letdown. It's not the greatest spots taking them, especially because remember the teams that played in London used to have the week off right after that. They don't do that anymore. You see what I'm saying? Now you're playing right after that week. But if I'm not mistaken, the Falcons came home and got a win. You see what I'm saying? So I just feel like if the Jags, if they really want to be a top tier team this year, then you have to win this game. See what I'm saying? So, but winning also doesn't mean they cover. They could win by 1 or 3 points or some shit, or by 4. So make sure if you are taking the Colts, try to get that 4.5. Personally, I'm actually not with the Sharps in this. They're all over the Colts. Personally, if it's me, it's Jags or nothing. I don't think the Colts are as good as that 3-2 record is. Like, I think they're going to drop to 3-3. Jags go to 4-2 here, especially off having like they lost to the Texans, shit like that. Jags got to win this home game, man. So I do lean the Jags going up against the Sharps. With that heavily confident to just fade them? People that know more football about me? No, but I do think that the Jags could be the right side in this game. It's just what I think, my guys. But definitely spot bettors would definitely say Colts here for sure, my guys. I don't think they're that good, though. That's just me. Let's go over to the streets of Miami here, though, LJ. Dolphins laying 13.5 at the house versus sorry-ass Panthers. Panthers sitting at 0-5, my guys. 0-4-1 against the spread as well, LJ. Do the Dolphins do whatever the hell they want here? Name the score, my guy.
They should, man. But I'm concerned about A-Chain's injury, the running back. He was a very big part of that offense. Not to say it's going to affect him versus Carolina.
Fast as hell, bro.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So that's a little bit of speed taken away. But, he still has receivers. He still has that lethal weapon in Tyreek. So they should be able to handle business versus Carolina. Once again, a rookie quarterback starting on the road. That right there just lets me know that's a bad spot, especially for Miami, whose defense has been playing well for the most part. 29 quarterback hits in their last 3 games. So they probably could get after Bryce Young, and make them a little bit uncomfortable. But both teams for lately have been giving up turnovers, 5 turnovers in the last 2 games for Miami, 4 turnovers in the last 2 games for Carolina. Bryce Young throws picks, so if you're looking at that, he may have an interception prop that you can look at. Miami should take care of business. They're averaging 36 points a game. Carolina's not even close to that. So I say Miami wins, but to take a big spread, 13.5, it just gives me pause because it's just the motivation of the team. Do they want to win by 2 touchdowns? That's always a puzzler. So that's what
y'all, and I always give y'all the sauce, right? Some people have wondered, like, why you come on there and give the people, why you give everybody out your sauce shit like that? I don't mind. If you're gonna watch the show, if you give me your time, you paying me with your time, I'll give you the sauce for free. You see what I'm saying? I saw something from Tua last week, LJ. I'm watching the game. He tried the Dolphins did their best to make sure that the Giants covered their game. I don't care what anybody said. I saw Tua. They were down there like on the 2-yard line. He throws a pass right to the Giants, bro. Like if you look at it from the quarterback's view, there's no way in hell you would throw that pass. He had two people by him, and then there was another person that came to pick it. You see what I'm saying?
You talking about the pick six?
It was the pick six, bro.
Yes.
If you look at it, you looked at replay. I don't anybody just look at the replay. Tua threw the ball to the Giants and it's crazy. It's crazy because in Louis, I might not be able to say shit like this, but for now, I'm just telling you, I think Tua is one of those guys. And if I had to bet this game, I would take the Panthers plus the 13.5. And on top of that, the cherry on top, the Dolphins have Philadelphia in Philly next week. So you possibly get the look ahead spot as well. But I think Tua I saw him do a little bit of the Patrick Mahomes. I'm gonna let the team stay in it where we can win. Remember, these teams only care about winning. They don't care about covering no spread for you. I think the Carolina Panthers cover the 13.5. Dolphins get what they want. They get the win. I think the Panthers, everybody's going to see 0-5. Oh, Dolphins, I'm going to smack them. I think the Panthers cover the spread. And actually, I'm such a conspiracy theorist. I'm actually kind of talking myself into taking the Panthers plus the 13.5. It might get to 14, but let's just see if Tua, or maybe you could just take Tua to throw an interception. You see what I'm saying? But I think this game is closer than people think. I think the Panthers probably lose this game by 10 points. Tua showed me that he was down with them boys, that he one of those guys. I saw it with that pick six because the Giants didn't score another touchdown. Remember, that's the only touchdown they scored. Those rest was all field goals.
I know exactly what situation you're talking about because it was right before the first half because the spread was 7.5.
Yeah,
they only won by 7 the first half.
Yeah, but in regards to that, I just feel like he was trying to help the Giants stay in their game, bro. So it was a horrible play. You should never throw that as a quarterback. Never.
I saw it.
You're throwing it, I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. You see what I'm saying? I think the Panthers cover the spread going against the whole world type shit. Panthers covering that game, especially with the Eagles on deck and Achan, however you say his name. My guy was fast as hell. You can't touch him out there. It's a big weapon for them to lose, man. I like the Panthers there, plus 13.5, my guys. That's what I'm liking. Let's go over here to the streets of Tampa Bay here, LJ. We got the Bucks getting 3 at the house. First, the Detroit Lions here, laying 3 on the road. Total sitting at 42.5. Bucks coming off a bye week here, LJ. What do you think happens? Do the Lions keep it going, or can the Bucks bounce back here?
I am on Detroit minus the 3, minus 121. I just believe they will take care of business. Detroit has been a great ATS team in the past couple of years. They're 12-3 in their last 15 games. Jared Goff has been playing very well. He has his weapons. The defense is only allowing 7 points in the first half. So if you want to look at first half Detroit, I wouldn't mind that either. But I think Baker Mayfield is going to be in trouble this week. They are coming off a bye, but they're going against a high-power offense, man. And that's Detroit, they're trying to make a statement in this NFC. They're possibly 1 or 2 or 3 teams that's going to be fighting for that NFC. I could see them giving the second seed and hosting a playoff game at home, their first playoff game. I could easily see Detroit doing that. David Montgomery's been consistent. He's had a touchdown, 6 touchdowns in 4 games. They also have that rookie tight end I've been telling you about, Saporta, averaging 50 yards a game. He's hit 50-plus yards 3 out of 5 games. So he's a great prop to look at. So Detroit, like I said, they could run the ball with the rookie that they have. And like I said, David Montgomery, he's a great back in the backfield to get you chunk yards when you're controlling the line of scrimmage, running the ball. So I'm on Detroit minus the 3. I've already bet it.
Hey, I can't talk you off, man. It's a tough one for me to try to figure out. I can't say so. The Sharps are on the Bucks here plus a 3, but it's really only one reason though. LJ, it's mainly because the Lions are 3-0 straight up and against the spread their last 3 games. So usually, like the Sharps, they're going to want to fade. It really doesn't even matter to the team or any of that. They're just gonna whatever team name is. Once you cover like that, especially winning by covering the spread by double digits, they're gonna fade that shit every time. It's something like called like the beta rule, something like that. But they're gonna fade. So the Sharps are on the Bucks. I don't it's not that I don't agree with it. I just don't know which way the game is gonna go. I like the Lions. I do think they're the better overall team, but I definitely understand like over time, them fading the team in this spot after being so hot. Like you got to come down at some point. So I could see either team getting it done. I don't really have a strong lean on this one, but the Bucks, the Sharps are on the Bucks in this one. The Tampa Bay, they have lost the last. The Lions did lose the last couple of meetings versus Tampa Bay, but that was basically 3 years ago. So it's not like it was double revenge. Only matters when it's like last year or something. Yeah. So I'm saying they're not division rivals. So Lions could smack them up though. LJ, I'm rooting for you. I don't have a look in this game. I actually could see I always feel like the Lions just correlate with overs. I just feel like the offense is good enough, and then the defense can give up some big plays. I just feel like if I'm looking at them, I generally like overs with the Lions. So if I'm betting some, I'd be looking over the 42.5 Lions Bucks in there with my guys. What do you think about that, LJ? Possibly the over? Because if you like Lions, I mean you probably like their team total over. I mean you probably like the full game over.
Because they're averaging close to 30 points a game, and if Tampa Bay can get you 25, that's an over right there. So I can easily see it happening. But I just think Detroit controls the game, man, through the beginning to the end. And like you just mentioned, how you say the Sharps like to fade Detroit coming off a big 2+ score win. They're 10-0.
It's not Detroit. It's not Detroit, though. I just wanted to make that sure. It's not. They're not fading the team. They're fading the situation. If that makes sense, they would do this to any team.
Okay, well, Detroit is 10-0 against the spread since 2018 when they won by more than one score the last game. So when they take them in this situation, they've been losing.
Right. No, that's all I just want to make people understand that. This is something that's like long term. It's not just one game. This is long term, something that they will do every single time. When a team, especially in the NFL, covers a game, covers the spread by more than 10 points. So they're not just covering the games, they're covering by margin. When they do that 3 times in a row, it doesn't matter the name of the team, guys. It could be the San Francisco 49ers, which I'm sure they're going to get in front of them at some point. I'm not saying that it's always right, but I'm just telling you what professional bettors will do. They will do this 10 times out of 10 and live with their results. If they hit 6 times out of 10, then they're winning. See what I'm saying? So I'm just letting you, I always try to teach people, man. So I'm just letting you guys know. And this is for people that's watching the show. You know what I'm saying? So just let you know, any team that does that, they're going to fade them. It's just, you know what I'm saying? That's what they said. That means that this shit's going to win, my guys. Let's go over here. And when teams are bad as well, they're going to back them after 3 straight spots. So it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? Let's go over here to the streets of Las Vegas here, guys. We got the Raiders laying 3 at the house versus the New England Patriots. Total sitting at 41.5. Bill Belichick's days might be coming to an end here, LJ. What are we doing in this game, my brother? Can the Raiders keep it going? They somewhat kind of saved tried to save their season. Season and over here, LJ. If you get a win, you're 3-3. See what I'm saying? What are we doing? Do the Patriots continue to stink, or do the Raiders try to make it back-to-back wins here?
No, I'm not doing anything in this game because both these teams are trash. Now, Belichick is playing his old pupil, Josh McDaniels. So far as that angle of the game could make it interesting, does Josh, McDaniel want to make a statement versus his old coach? Other than that, though, I don't see anything. Both these teams are bottom in every single offensive category. I'm talking about the bottom. So there's no interest in me even trying to cap this game. And both teams give up 25+ points a game. And both teams are giving up double-digit turnovers on the year. Both teams have 3+ turnovers 3 out of the last 5 games. So I have nothing in this game. Nothing at all.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know how the Raiders got the win versus the Packers. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I think the Patriots were supposed to be a lot better than this. They're 1-4 in the season. You can't have a loss like that at the house versus the Saints, especially after the previous game. So I want nothing to do with the Patriots. It would be Raiders or nothing. At least they're coming off a win and feel like they got some type of season. You know what I'm saying? They got Jimmy G back. You got Devontae Adams. You got McDaniels going up against his old coach. You know what I'm saying? Old head coach. So I'd still lean Raiders here at the house. They didn't have to travel anywhere. I feel like if the Patriots know the season might be done, you go to Vegas. it's time to fucking party. So
Mhm.
Raiders are nothing for me there. It's a tough game. Let's go to the LA though. Let's go, you know what I'm saying, like 4 hours away from Vegas. Rams land 7 at the house versus the Arizona Cardinals in this one, man. Cardinals just got smacked up versus the Cincinnati Bengals in this one. Now their running back James Conner is out in this one. Total sitting at 48. I told y'all the Cardinals are really tanking anyway. They really don't want to win. I don't see why you wouldn't throw the Rams in a 6-point teaser in this one. Would they cover the touchdown? They probably do, but definitely got to take them in a money line parlay or a teaser, in my opinion. The Cardinals, I don't think they want to win. LJ, what do you think?
Yeah, they could be, just all about motivation when it comes to them. But this is a divisional game, so they may want to get up for this one.
That's a fact.
They're very competitive, in this division. But I probably would lean more to the under. I don't think Arizona could put up enough points now that Connor's out, because he was a big contributor to that run game, because the Cardinals were averaging 143 rushing on the ground, which is ranked 6th. So how much of that is taken away now that Connor out? You know what I'm saying? That's a little bit of their arsenal that they have to make up for. So I don't know if they can do it on the fly like that. It may take them a couple of games to get adjusted to him being out. So the Rams may be catching Arizona very vulnerable right now. And the Rams coming off a loss versus the Eagles. You see what I'm saying? They should be motivated to come get that, spot out of their mind. The Rams' last 7 home games have gone under when the total is 47 plus. So that right there gives me another sway of taking the under as well. The Rams, like I said, Matthew Stafford, he's been finding his players, Acuna and Higbee. So it could be a big part of this game too, because the Cardinals have trouble guarding the tight end position. I've been saying that for a couple of years. So Higbee could probably be a good look this week. But taking aside, I don't know, man. Cardinals can cover this game. It's a division game plus 7 touchdowns. That they could do that, and the Rams come out, win by 3 or 4 points, and get the victory. I think they would be happy with that. But as far as me taking anything, I haven't took anything in this game. But I'm definitely heavily leaning towards the under 48.
Yeah, Cup back as well, man.
Yeah.
This might be a matchup where he might, you know what I'm saying, where he might go for 150 on them boys. But at the house, it is a divisional game. It is.
Mm-hmm.
But and if there was a spot that the Cardinals would try to turn up, would be here. But I just don't think it's happening. Not versus the Rams. If the Rams are trying to get somewhere, if they're on their revenge tour like they say they are, that's what Aaron Donald said before the game. He said, "All right, we know we won a Super Bowl, and then we went, then we did horrible last year. This is the bounce back year." Matthew Stafford and Aaron Donald said that. So these are the type of games you should win. I think a two-team 6-point teaser, one of those aforementioned teams we're talking about, whether you could put the Colts, in there. Damn, I had forgot the game. We had skipped the game earlier, man. I'll get back to it. But you can put the Colts in there. You can put the Commanders in there. Put it with the Rams -1. I actually think that's really good money, to be honest with you. Rams -1, Commanders plus the 8.5, or like I say, you could do whatever you want, whoever you like in there. You see what I'm saying? But the Rams, I think it's a really good look there. You got to win these type of games if this is your revenge tour, in my opinion, there, man. So that's what I'll be looking at, though. And LJ, what do you think about possibly putting the Rams in a teaser, my brother? Like, do you think, even if you don't think they'll win, if you don't think they don't cover, do you think that they win the game?
Yeah, I believe they will, because I just believe they're the better team right now. And as far as Arizona, they're not disciplined. They're averaging 9 penalties a game, close to 100 yards. So they're shooting their own self in the foot. And they have to stop the big play, because interesting enough, they don't allow a lot of third down conversions. They're top 5 in third down conversions allowed, but they give up the big play on first down. First down, right. They'll get whooped for like 20 or 30 yards down the field. And the Stafford's probably going to be looking for that to jump on them early, because they know that they're vulnerable in the secondary with all the injuries that Arizona have. Buda Baker's not playing. A couple of cornerbacks are out. So you can take advantage of that secondary. So Matthew Stafford should have a decent, game. He should be able to, take care of business versus the Cardinals defense.
Hey, my guy Vincent Hawkins in the chat say Rams team total over. Makes a ton of sense to me as well, because if they're going to score, you don't even care if they win the game or cover or not. You just need them to get over their team total. It's a great look there. Let's go to a game I accidentally skipped over. We got the Bengals here. We're going the streets of Cincy here. Cincinnati Bengals land 3 at the house versus the Seattle Seahawks in this one. Coming off a bye week, total sitting at 45 here. If you think the Seahawks are for real, you go ahead and take that 3 in the money line. It's really that simple, right? LJ, it's either you
Mhm.
respect the Seahawks or you don't. If you respect them and you think they're a great team, then you take that 3 with the money line. What do you think? Can the Bengals? Do you think the Bengals are finally or finding it, LJ, or do the Seahawks come in here and win this game off the bye week, my guy?
I mean, it's hard to say, man. I don't have anything in this game yet. Seattle could be in this game, and if you're gonna take the 3, you might as well just take the money line. Trust they can win the
Facts.
game. They have an excellent 2-man run attack, so if they can control that line of scrimmage and run the ball on the
Mhm.
Bengals and keep Joe Burrow off the field, make them play from behind and make them press, I think that's a great situation that you can catch Cincinnati vulnerable. I like Geno; he doesn't make mistakes. Pete Carroll trusts him to make the right play. And
Mhm.
as long as their defense can hold and not give up points, man, they could be in this game. Bengals have to show me they can do what they did versus the Cardinals again. You were catching
Facts.
a vulnerable team that's hurting their secondary, like I mentioned. That's why Jamar Chase almost lit them up for 200 yards. You see, so Seattle, you know what I'm saying? I think that's a little bit of different team. I think Seattle's better than Arizona for the most part.
Mhm.
And I believe they
Yeah.
have more weapons as well to contribute to the success and try to keep the Bengals on their heels as well. But it's all about Joe Burrow. If they can protect Joe Burrow and he can find his pieces, then hey, this could be a shootout game. Seattle's
Mhm.
almost averaging 30 points a game. So if you want to take their team total over, could be a good look as well because the Bengals are giving up 23 points a game. So their
Facts.
defense has been shaky. But as far
I
as me
lean the
taking a
over.
side, I stayed off the side. But I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad at any overs in any of this game.
I lean the over here, LJ. Seahawks, another one of those teams where they can score points.
Yeah.
Still not sure that the defense is stopping a whole lot of people. You see what I'm saying? They shut out the Giants. We saw the Giants can't fucking score though. So I think both of
Mm-hmm.
these teams can have success of each defense because even like you said with the Bengals, their run defense hadn't been the greatest as well. So Seattle running backs can get it going versus their
Mm-hmm.
defense. Then whichever team is playing behind, now you got to air it out. They got great receivers on both sides versus somewhat a soft secondary here. I think the over is actually a really good play in this game, to be honest with you. Who's going to win? I could see it going either way. Do I think the Bengals are better than what they're showing? Personally, I do. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? That's just personally what I feel, but what the hell do I know? But I wouldn't be surprised if the Bengals did rattle off some wins, especially with Joe Burrow getting even healthier. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I do lean Bengals -3, but I think even a better play might just be to take the over. You don't care who wins, you just need points to be scored. And I definitely think both teams probably go over their team total. But if I'm taking a side, it would be Joe Blow and the Bengals for me, my guy. It's the only way I can look
Definitely.
here. Let's go over here to the streets of New York in this one. Really, New Jersey. We got the Jets getting 7 at the house versus the Philadelphia Eagles in this one. They started off the season 5-0 in this one. LJ total sitting at 41. Do you think the Eagles make it 6-0, my guy? Do they continue to mow everybody down, or do you think the Jets finally found something last week in Denver?
No, it was just Denver. You know, they were able to beat them just because of who Denver is. The Eagles are a much more better team. They're a top 5 team in this league, points scored and points allowed. So this is a different beast for them. But I'm gonna try to take a sneaky play, Jay. I'm gonna stay away from the side. I wouldn't be surprised the Eagles win by 7, but I'm gonna take the first half under 20.5. Simply because the Jets'
Okay.
first half is averaging 16.5 points in the first half, 3 out of their 5 games. So they keep it close in the first half, and whoever team is playing them tends to pull away in the second half. So
Mm-hmm.
I trust that it'll be a knick-knack game, defensive filling each other out because the Jets defense
Okay.
can stand up to the Eagles defense as well, in my opinion. So as
Mm-hmm.
long as they're filling each other out in the first half, I believe the second half is where they're going to make their adjustments, and the Eagles should pull away considering they have the better quarterback and they can control the game better with the run game. And they have
Right.
A.J. Brown, who's had 3 straight games with over 150 yards receiving. So first half under 20 is my bet in this game.
That's a fact. That's a fact right there. I could definitely see that. I know my guy Chris Raybon. He's on the full game under 41 as
Yep.
hell, 41 as well in this one. He's a real sharp guy in the NFL. Y'all can follow him on the Action Network, man. My guy is he's a guy in the NFL, man. Chris Raybon on Action Network. It's all free picks as well, guys. So these are Action Network. I like them because it's professional sports bettors and they're letting you know their plays for free. So I'm saying you can track them as well. But y'all go check him
Mm-hmm.
out. Chris Raybon. He's on the under 41 in Eagles Jets, and it's basically correlated with what you said as well, LJ. It basically goes right there hand in hand with the under 20.5 in the first half there, my
Mm-hmm.
brother. One more game here. We're going to talk about Sunday Night Football here. We're going down the street here. We're going to Buffalo in this one, guys. We got the Bills laying 14.5 at the house. First, the New York Giants, trash ass New York Giants. Bills looking for a bounce back, sitting at 3-2 on the season, but they are 2-0 at the house. The Giants, they're 1-4, 0-5 against the spread here. I think Daniel Jones should sit his ass down. I think they got a lot better chance to do something with Tyrod Taylor out there, LJ. What do you think about this game? Bills taking them to Smack City here?
Yeah, they should, but I'm correlating it with another game I just mentioned, man. First half Buffalo. I'm taking the 8.5. The Giants are only averaging 3 points in the first half. Buffalo's averaging 17. So you're trying to tell me that all of a sudden now they're not going to be ready to take care of business in the first half versus a Giants team that's at the bottom of every single category? I mean, come on. That's just common sense to me. And not only that, Josh Allen has covered the first half spread at home 12 out of his last 14 games, home games, going back to 2021. They've scored 30-plus points at home 8 out of their last 10 games. So all those correlate to me taking this first half. I believe Buffalo steps on them early. They control the game. Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs should have 2 touchdowns between those guys, and they should just take care of business easy, bro. But like I said, I'm a guy that likes to get in and get out. I don't trust the back end of games because anything can happen. Like we just mentioned, these teams are not interested in covering these big spreads for us to make any money. They're just trying to win the game. And if they're controlling the game, they're going to be successful. So let's just take them early where I feel they're going to come out explosive, especially coming off that loss in London versus Jacksonville. And what a great spot to bounce back off a loss versus the miserable, horrible New York Giants.
Yeah, no, that's a fact there. I'll tell you though, if Tyrod Taylor plays, I do think the Giants will have a little bit better, no, maybe a lot better offense, in my opinion. I'm not saying they won't cover their first half, LJ. Like when I talk, especially with NFL, I'm only talking about the final score because we know fishy shit happens. If Bills up 21 here and Tyrod Taylor is in there and they go drive down and get a touchdown and you're laying 14.5 with the Bills, you know what I'm saying? That type of shit. So if Taylor's in there, I can only look Giants plus the 14.5. If Jones is in there, I mean, Bills probably by 21. They gonna skunk that. Damn, Joe, like get out of here, bro. Just stop it, bro. And it's crazy because the players will play good enough to get their paycheck, and then now you revert back to being ass, man. It happens so much, way more than it should, man. But Tyrod Taylor in there, I think the Giants might get the cover in that one, only towards that full game though. But LJ, let's get up out of here, my brother. We went through every single game except for the Monday Night Football game. I'll be back from Atlanta by the time then. I'll do a Monday Night Football show on the Cowboys versus Chargers here, LJ. What you got going for us in week 6 of the NFL, my brother? Player props, sides, totals, leans, whatever you got, my brother.
Yeah, man. I got 4 plays locked in already so far. On the player props, a lot of them aren't out yet, so I can't officially make the bet on the props, but I just gave y'all a couple leans for us. Like, let's start with this Detroit game. I got Detroit -3 over Tampa Bay. I just believe they control the game from kickoff to the end. I believe they're on a mission right now. They want to prove that they're one of the beacons in the NFC. And I looked at 2 players on their team, David Montgomery, anytime touchdown, Sam Laporta over receiving yards. So when those props come out, looking at those 2 players to consistently keep cashing on what they're doing. Let's go to my team, Saints and Texans. I took the under 42.5. Both these teams are very good on defense, especially on third down defense, because I think the Saints allow the less third down conversions on the road, and the Texans allow the less at home. So this is going to be a defensive game. Look at both field goal kickers too. Fairburn for the Texans over 1.5. Blake Group is for the Saints over 1.5 field goals because he's had 2+ field goals 4 out of his last 5 games. So I believe that's going to be the type of game we have down here in Houston, and it's going to be an under 42.5. Eagles and Jets, I took the first half under 20.5, considering how close the Jets keep it close. 3 of their last 5 games have gone 16.5 points under to the first half. So 20.5, I believe, is too high for the first half in that game. And my last one, I'm all on Buffalo. First half, minus the 8.5, coming off a loss versus those Jacksonville Jaguars. I believe this is a great bounce back spot that they can beat up on these miserable New York Giants. And I hope Daniel Jones plays because that's going to work for all the props that we could take on Buffalo. Take his interception, take his under passing yards, all that stuff. Let's just eat off Daniel Jones. And not to mention Josh Allen. 2+ passing touchdowns, 3 out of his last 4 games. A rushing touchdown, 7 out of his last 9 games. So I believe you can parlay Josh Allen 2+ touchdowns, Buffalo to win, even add the rushing touchdown, and that should get you some plus money, because if you believe Josh Allen's going to throw 2 touchdowns, Buffalo should win that game. So that's a correlation prop that I just want to throw out there.
That's a fact. That's a fact. My guy Marlo say he liking that Eagles Jets under as well. You know what I'm saying? So let's get some cash in there. And that's definitely a sharp play as well and nail it, man. So let me go through the sharp report for all the people that be asking for it, my guys. Ravens, Broncos. So I'll start this one tonight. Broncos, and they're taking the under, but I wouldn't even say that. I definitely just say Broncos and them. Broncos, Ravens, Cowboys, Giants, Colts, Panthers, Jets, my guys. So that's the sharp report for you, man. It's the NFL. Anything can happen. I just try to tell people, man, don't bet over your head and this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's cool, it's fun and stuff, but definitely don't be betting over your head in the NFL. Anything can happen. Your starting quarterback could go out. You see what I'm saying? And mention that if Daniel Jones is out, I'd actually like the Giants to cover that game, my guys. And another one, the Panthers. Just from what I've seen from Tua, I think that he might do a few things like Mahomes type things to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, they don't cover spread. I'm just saying. So if I had top 3 this week, it would be the Ravens, it'd be the Panthers, and then I'd say maybe Giants if Tyrod Taylor is starting in there, but I'm not betting either one of them, my guys. So y'all go, you know what I'm saying? Do what you like. That's the sharp report. Let's get some cash, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. It's us against the bookies. That's my guy LJ. The sharps also like that under as well. The Eagles Jets under as well. Well, you on the first half under. They like the full game under, but regardless, it's still a great look there, my guys. But it's all love, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, man. Also, you could join the channel as a member as well for some special perks, and then also make sure you're telling your friends and family about the show, man. NBA is about to be started up. We're going crazy. You see what I'm saying? We partner with Action Network. The show's gonna be on the app, all type of good stuff, man. I can't wait to get some cash with you guys, stack up some units, man. I hope everybody has a great day, great night. Let's get some cash. We out. Y'all go follow LJ right now on Twitter at LJ Sports Media. We out, guys. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go.
Let's go.